Okay. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Looks like we're live. Miraculously, it looks like we're live. We've, oh, maybe. I'm getting some loading screens. Someone tell me if there's jitters or anything going wrong here. Um, I have no trust that my current setup is going to hold steady for more than a few minutes. So, if anything goes wrong, do tell me. And, Erica, you in particular, just, yell across the house. I mean, maybe don't yell, but inform me somehow if anything goes wrong. Um, so yeah, we're just about back. Like I said, I have yeah, as I indicated in the post on the Facebook page, I have been having some computer troubles still. Of course I have, because of course. I had everything all set Monday, I thought, but at some point I assume this is while I was disassembling and reassembling things inside my tower. I may have jostled something loose or something, and so some of my USB ports don't work, including the one that I had just switched as of Monday to use as an Ethernet adapter. So, for those of you for whom that makes any sense, now I have it plugged into a new port, a different port, that's plugged into a different part of my hardware. So hopefully, hopefully everything will be fine. God willing. Hello, Acutus. Pray for this stream. Okay. So anyway, I'm back to Dragon Age Inquisition. I have a couple of things to do here in Skyhold before we move down into the deep roads. Yes, we have to give to Dagna. Or we go down into the deep roads for the first major DLC quest of Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, there are 3 major DLCs. The first 2 are basically during the course of the main campaign. The Descent is the sort of lower level of the 2, and we're appropriately leveled for it, more or less. So we'll do that first, and we'll do that tonight. Then we'll do some more side quests, we'll do some dragon slaying, and once we've done, I think, probably once we've done enough of the side quests, side material that's available right now, probably before we do the next major plot point, at least probably, we'll do the next DLC, which is Jaws of Hakken. Which should be a good time. I always really enjoy Jaws of Hakken. It's a really cool new area that I always look forward to going to. Anyway, we have some junk to give to Dagna, because she's, of course, interested in such things.
You were there. I have to know what it was like.
Oh,
the
right,
colors,
this first.
The smells, the magic. I'm sorry, it's just so exciting. You went into the Fade. If you have time, Inquisitor, do tell.
Is dialogue too quiet for you guys? It looks like it might be. We'll do this conversation. Somebody let me know if dialogue's too quiet.
You seemed impressed by the anchor. What does it look like to you?
I heard what everyone says what you heard Carifia say. That's a long chain of who said what's. To me, it says key. But keys do a lot of things. Open, lock, switch. Some open one thing, some open everything. It sounds like Carifius made it to open, but it looks like you can use it to close. It may be that simple. It sure is pretty. Wish I could see through it.
Pretty cool.
You seemed excited that I fell into the Fade at Adamant.
I'm realizing there's no subtitles.
Spring gets me excited. This
Uh-oh.
is a wonder. It's probably hard to relate, but dwarves don't dream. So I can't even guess what it's like. I can't even understand what dreams are. But you were there. And came back. Can I take a sample?
A sample?
Oh, that sounded sinister. I meant, can I cut a little piece off of you and do things to it? That didn't sound better, did it?
First of all, no. Second of all, no. Third of all, dwarves can't dream. That is the that might be the strangest little bit of world building in Dragon Age, and I really like it. It's I assume it's meant to parallel the Tolkienine idea that the dwarves are not, properly speaking, children of Iluvatar. They were creations of Aule, the craftsman. And so in Dragon Age we have the dwarves not being children of the Maker, like primarily humans, possibly elves. But they are the children of the stone. They spring forth from the earth, at least in their mythology. And so what this functionally means is that they don't have the same connection to the Maker, and also the same connection to the Fade, the same connection to spirits, the same connection to magic, all of that stuff. Erica says, it makes no sense. I feel like you would go absolutely insane if your brain wasn't able to dream. Well, yes, but remember also that in this world, dreams don't and can't serve the psychological function that they serve in our world for us, for real humans. Right? Because for us, for real humans, what dreaming basically does is it helps to reorganize our thoughts, as best I understand it. So Erica says, REM sleep is how the brain parses through information that happened during the day. There's a point where short-term memory turns into long-term. That's true, although that process I don't think necessarily involves dreaming, although it might. Dreaming, as I understand it, is primarily, at least, the psychological function is where the brain basically runs simulations with an emphasis primarily on testing out possibilities and low emphasis on consistency, because we live in a consistent world, more or less. Not more or less, literally a completely consistent, logically consistent world. Dreams are innately inconsistent. They're illogical, and this is useful for the brain to be able to sort of loosen the rules of logic, to try out hypotheticals, and you can jump between hypotheticals in your mind in dreams in a rapid sequence, which is why you have those weird dreams where you know you're at the local Walmart, and at some point you just realize that this local Walmart is really the castle that you own with your father-in-law or something. I don't know. Just going off of whatever random stereotypes of these sorts of things. But the reason that things change so rapidly in dreams is because the brain is testing out different scenarios. In this case, that's not what's going on. Even for humans and elves, and presumably Qunari. In Dragon Age, in Thedas, dreams are a kind of... It's a literal different place. Or it's a different mode of being, maybe. Maybe not a place, it's a different mode of being. And it's one that functions as something like the collective subconscious, where the will of one's mind, is enacted upon that aspect of the world. So it's not as disconnected for the same reasons, right? The Fade isn't so malleable because, like real-life dreams are very malleable because the brain is testing out alternative scenarios and the rules of logic are loosened up. The Fade is malleable because so many people are interacting with it and imposing their wills on it. And because different people imposing different wills on the same aspects of the Fade, it can shift. It can shift, it can change, it can be different aspects, even maybe at the same time. It can be logically inconsistent because even if one person's mind is logically consistent, a population's mind, if they're collective in this sense, a population's mind is not logically consistent. Because people disagree with each other, people think different things, people want different things, people will different things, choose different things, think different things, act in different ways, think of things in different perspectives and all of that. And so what we have in the Fade in Thedas, what dreams are in Thedas, is a kind of... It is, I think, a sort of subconscious realm, because it is primarily accessed through dreaming, with the exception of mages. And Sable. One more exception over here. But that it is a far more collective subconscious. It is a reflection of the world as it is as it is thought to be by our subconscious minds. By our, I mean everyone in Thedas. The Fate is something like that, everyone with the exception of dwarves, of course. So that's what dreaming does in Thedas. Now, I will say that I think you're probably right, that it makes no sense objectively. Really, you probably physiologically do need dreams. And we really probably do need the whole system of sleep that we have in order to solidify memories, in order to, excuse me, in order for our brains to hammer out inconsistencies, do all these sorts of things that we do in dreams and sleep. But I think what we have to assume is that physiologically, psychologically, and probably spiritually, the humans at all of Thedas are fundamentally different than we are. Or, if we want to go more storytelling kind of thing rather than world building kind of thing, we would say that this is an abstracted way of looking at dreams. That, of course, it doesn't. Maybe we can say it's almost a dreamlike way of looking at dreams, because it's not following proper logical consistency entirely, but it's taking one aspect of what dreams are and running with it and looking at a possibility of it, a possible outcome, a consequence of taking one aspect of dreaming and making it foremost. The aspect of our dreams, which is a manifestation of will, a manifestation of our subconscious desire. Those are different things, but it can also be both. As I understand it in Thedas, the Fate is shaped by both conscious will and subconscious desire. And that you are more powerful in the Fade, one, if you're magic, but also if those two things are aligned. So, there's all of that. There's a lot interesting about it, even if it isn't strictly logically consistent, because I think Dragon Age manages to be very mythological. At least with respect to this topic. Although for some other things, I have to say, oh gosh, excuse me, long days. For some other things, I do think that Dragon Age is less mythological and more like a constructed world, more like a secondary world. Focused more on on realism and consistency, and that is especially found in Dragon Age's own mythology. The mythology of the peoples of Thedas is precisely the kind of thing that you would reasonably expect from reasonable people with a history like this. So, understanding the Maker, disagreeing with other people groups who understand the divine in different ways, etc. All right. I will turn on subtitles when we're done with this conversation. I will. Promise.
You're after something. What is it?
I don't even know. There's this feeling, you know? You don't know. But I will. Your people cleaned you up after your fall. I wonder if anything is left. So much to think about.
Where's options? Is it interface? Oh, okay. I want those. Ooh. See what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn up the volume overall. And then turn down everything but dialogue. Oh, well, I could have just done that here. I'm going to do that here. Okay, cool. That's helpful. Forgot about that. Yeah, all. Default? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's better, right? Oh! Oh, jeez. I suddenly got spatial sound. Wow. Okay, that's... I'm not used to that in this game. Anyway. Alright, so, got that. We still need to give her the chainmail.
Ready for anything, Inquisitor?
Had any luck making something useful with the things I've discovered?
I can put anything to use, but I'm not sure ruins are the best place to find successful applications of magic. But you never know. Give this one a go.
Acquired victim of fashion? Oh. Oh. So it removes all of your defense and adds +1 cunning. An astoundingly bad idea. Okay, I'm gonna put that away.
I can't wait.
Probably forever. Put that away. Alright, now. Go upstairs. Let's do our thing. Okay. I have to assume that the inadequate chainmail is basically just I have to assume that's a joke about, like, chainmail bikini type thing. Right? Right? That seems plausible, yeah? Okay, then. There's a thing to do here. Hold on. What's this? Oh, Arcanist and the Fate. Oh, Dagna. Okay. An official request made officially. The Inquisitor has suffered exposure to the tears of the veil and the energy of the Fate. To properly help her endure these forces, I need to understand them. I need samples. I need remnants. I need to see. If it pleases, I request the resources for a grand experiment to peer through the veil, or as far as I can. It's an expensive investment, I know, but it's necessary. And it's only fair. I need to see. I wrote that twice. It's important to me. Anus Dagna. Get below. Flowers and fire. Remnants are easy. Battlefield scout for samples. Yeah, Liliana, get her everything. Arcanist Dagna was supplied with remnants of exposures to the rifts of the Fate and the Fade, and she has done something. It is perhaps best to contain her efforts to the Undercroft from now on. She's done something. What's this now? An unknown traitor is lurking in Liliana's closest circle of spies, and she must set a subtle trap to catch the double agent. The planning will take considerable patience, but the Inquisition must purge this enemy spy from its ranks. What, like Venatori? We must move carefully. This traitor is a master of the craft to escape my detection for so long.
Inquisitor.
The following is a confession that I, Abernale Harish, known as the Painter, when in the employ of the Inquisition, did betray our cause in exchange for promises of a title from the Venatori. I acknowledge the mercy of the Inquisition in allowing me my life in exchange for secrets of the enemy, who I have now forsworn, and I willingly serve my sentence in prison. Abernale Harish, witnessed by Liliana. We got him. Him? Abernale? I don't know if that's... I have no idea whether that's a male or female. Alright, let's check over here. What else we got? Resources, metals, resources. Nothing new. Nothing new. Resources, leather, resources, cloth. Well, there was a thing over here we needed to do. We'll do it later. For now, disaster in the deep roads. The Inquisition has received an urgent request for aid from Orzammar. A subterranean earthquake collapsed one of their lyrium mines and endangered several others. Even worse, tunnel seals preventing darkspawn from overrunning the dwarven-occupied deep roads have crumbled, allowing hordes of the enemy to invade. Orzammar is a key provider of the Inquisition's lyrium supplies, and as such, its security is a top priority. The earthquake opened a fissure in the Storm Coast Mountains, granting direct access from the surface to the threatened region underground. Constructing a mining lift at the fissure site will permit the Inquisition to transport forces directly to where darkspawn fighting is fiercest. Quickly and safely, Orzammar has the expert. Hire a team of their best, so basically let them do it for us. Yeah, let's let them do it. They know what they're doing. Seems wisest. Construction team arrived in the Storm Coast Mountains and set up a mining lift to transport Inquisition forces from the earthquake's fissure opening down into the deep roads. Report sent by Messenger Bird. Inquisitor, the mining lift in the Storm Coast Mountains will be finished by the time you get here. Anyone going into the deep roads should dress accordingly. Don't skimp on the armor, and bring the best weapons in Skyhold's arsenal. I also recommend packing plenty of dry rations. Most things down there will be looking to eat the Inquisition, not the other way around. Scout Harding. Let's go with, obviously, Varric. We're dealing with Darkspawn, so Blackwall. And we need a mage. I want to say Vivienne. Rian? You know, let's do... Should we do Solus? Maybe we should do Solus. We're looking at ancient cool stuff down here. Yeah, let's go Solus. Yeah. Alright. Let's see what we got. Consider the time in which the original Inquisition existed. The First Blight had devastated the world, tearing down the mighty Tevinter Imperium and leaving nothing in its place. Just as there were several cults of Andraste vying to become the true inheritor of the Prophet's faith, there was more than one group claiming to represent the one true path to deliver the world from chaos. The Order of Fiery Promise was one of these, a band of men and women who did some things. Oh, that was the group that, it was a weird cult who sought to end the world, that were dealing with the Seekers. Call from Cassandra's mission.
Inquisitor, the workers are almost done building a lift to the deep roads. No darkspawn trouble yet, but the earthquakes have been brutal.
I was told to meet a Shaper Volta.
She's waiting below. You won't see an Orzammar dwarf on the surface. They have rules about that.
So you haven't seen any darkspawn up here?
I sharpened my arrows just in case, but they never showed. I'm okay with that.
How many quakes have there been since you arrived?
At least 3 big rumblers, and the aftershocks are nothing to sneeze at. My feet miss solid ground.
Josephine's report mentioned several lyrium mines were damaged by the quakes.
You'll see what's left of this one on your way down. From what I hear, the other mines are barely holding together.
From your tone, I'd guess Orzammar isn't your favorite place.
I don't have an opinion. Cloud gazers like me aren't allowed in the city. The lift's ready for you.
Cloud gazers. Yeah, the Orzammar dwarves at least have a, call it a tradition, call it a superstition, whichever you like.
Try not to shift around, and keep back from the edge. It's a long way down.
Basically, because dwarves are children of the stone, they're born forth from the earth, that sort of thing.
This reminds me of a story.
They aren't allowed
Shocking.
to see the sky.
It's about an impossibly handsome dwarf and his friend who got crowned King of the Nugs.
A Nug King, really.
It's not as good as it sounds. Nugs mostly just shit on the floor and roll in it. Welcome to the deep roads.
Always wondered if I'd die down here.
You're not dead yet.
The day's just starting.
Dwarves cannot dream, yet they devise the most fascinating inventions.
Not all ideas come from the Fade.
True, but these designs must be inspired by something.
Nice. Yeah,
Harut, Magirl, Novrik, your names will not be forgotten.
You must be Shaper Volta.
A Trustvala, Inquisitor. The Shaper it welcomes you to the deep roads.
Now, also, if I'm not mistaken, she had the same voice actress as Scout Harding. But I could be a little bit wrong about that. Feel free to look that up and correct me.
You look as though you're hiding from something.
As a citizen of Orzammar, even a glimpse of your sky could cost me my position and render me castless.
Gotta love real dwarves.
Real dwarves. Yeah, I mean, that's a really cool superstition. I actually kind of like it from just a work of world building. It fits with their culture quite well as well.
What does a Shaper do exactly?
We chronicle the life and times of our people.
You're historians.
Also scholars and genealogists. Shapers preserve knowledge in the memories, an archive in Orzammar. We record memories in Lyrium to ensure they never fade. We must be meticulous in every detail.
How many dwarves have you lost?
More than we can count. The mining caste has suffered greatly. Our situation has worsened since we contacted Skyhold. The quakes collapsed this mine and shattered a seal, keeping the Darkspawn at bay. The Legion of the Dead hasn't been able to mend the broken seal, and we can't afford to lose any more lyrium.
I've read about the Legion of the Dead. Dwarves who fight Darkspawn in service to Orzammar. They commit their lives to the cause and celebrate their own funerals before entering the deep roads.
That's so
No matter their
hardcore.
sins in life, the Legion die noble deaths.
Really hardcore. I mean, we have the tradition in the real world, memento mori, remembering one's death, but they go a step farther to accepting one's death preemptively, knowing that the path that one is taking, that one is picking up, is going to inevitably lead to one's death, and so accepting it from the outset, and mourning and celebrating the end of one's life before it arrives. There's something. There's something. What would the word be? There's something holistic about that. It's like taking the entirety of one's life into one's hands at a moment of decision. That I think that there's also something very noble in doing so. I mean, yeah, I know the mines are important.
What will happen if we lose more lyrium mines?
The surface needs lyrium for all sorts of magic. The Inquisition more than most, I understand. And Orzammar's economy relies on the lyrium trade. Without it, there will be chaos above and below.
Orzammar deals with Darkspawn all the time. Why request the Inquisition's help?
The Legion isn't prepared for this level of disaster, and the Grey Wardens haven't answered our calls for aid. Any threat to
kinda
the
got some
flow of
stuff going
lyrium
on.
requires immediate response. The Inquisition is the only force we can rely upon.
Yeah, the Grey Wardens kind of have some stuff going on, if you recall. Very recently, they were demon-possessed. It's no big deal. Now they're working for the Inquisition, so I really think we probably should have taken some of them with us, but
The Inquisition stands ready to aid Orzammar. Without a steady lyrium supply, things on the surface will get even worse.
It's a big rock.
Apologies for pushing you. I fear the damage that tremor caused. Follow me to the Legion camp.
Okay. Let's go. Yeah. Yep, okay, come on.
Keep your eyes open. These roads are dangerous.
Claimed. Claiming that seems, maybe inappropriate. Guess I don't need that.
An ogre!
Stay clear of its reach!
Strike now!
Ooh,
Now! While it's distracted! It's not focused on us! Now's the time to attack!
ooh, what did I just do? Oh, wrong thing.
Now! While it's distracted! It's not focused on us! Now's the time to attack!
Blackwall is just an impenetrable wall there. He is unfreaking stoppable. This is insane.
It's not focused on us! Now's the time to attack!
There we go.
If I lost you, I'd never make it out of the deep roads.
I'm sure you would find a way. If the ogre reached this point, the Legion must be overwhelmed. Let us hurry.
Hold on. You see that dagger? Wow. That is unbelievably good. Oh, it's because it's way too high of a level for me. That's why. Okay. Oh, man. Wow. Nice. What else did I get? Onyx Belt. Okay. I need to level up Solas. I need to get to Dispel, because he needs Dispel, because it's very, very good. And I need Revival, honestly. He's what stands for a healer in this game. Save. Hey. Loading thing. Let's go. Into the deep roads.
I will never get used to the stench of Darkspawn. They corrupt everything, even the air. That's the broken seal ahead. It is worse than I thought.
I will add, it is strange to imagine living completely underground forever, for your entire life, never seeing the sky. It's a strange thing to imagine.
Get those charges to the tunnels!
I like the design change of the different locks. Or no, Grimlocks, the stocky, the dwarf ones.
We can't lose this position! Hurry!
Can I do this? Oh, no, I can't. Okay, fine.
Can't set the charges with those bastards breathing down our necks!
Clear out the Darkspawn!
That got them on their heels! Keep it up!
These guys are hit point sponges. Ow. Gems.
The seal's clear! Prime the charges!
Okay, cool.
Now, set the charges!
Let's get out of here. That was really cool. I like that the Darkspawn are actually a threat. Especially if you were, because you're not a Grey Warden, right? None of you are Grey Wardens. Not even Blackwall, technically. So it does actually make sense that the Darkspawn are a real serious threat, unlike other things, right? Unlike other things that you've encountered before. Especially numbers like this. All right, let's establish an Inquisition camp. We'll rest, as everyone needs health and potions. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Got it. Did that for us.
Inquisitor, meet Lieutenant Wren, a veteran of the 5th Flight and one of the Legion's finest commanders.
Someone paid her to say that.
I love this guy.
Appreciate the help, Inquisitor. Collapsing that seal bought us time. Blighters had the run of these tunnels for days. Now they have a roadblock.
I get the impression you two have known each other a while.
Yeah. The Shaper had sent her to dig up some relics. Asked me to keep her out of trouble. That was 3 years ago.
You can quit any time.
Not when we still have things to fight about.
How many deep roads are there? How deep do they go?
They'll take you from one side of Thedas to the other, if you have a death wish.
The roads once connected dwarven cities that were hundreds of miles apart.
I mean, he does.
Then
He's
came
Legion of the
Darkspawn.
Dead, so kind of.
Wren and I have been exploring this region, reclaiming it, but the work is slow.
Mark the map, fight an army. Mark the map, fall in a hole. And so on.
The Legion of the Dead has the Inquisition's full support.
That's the best news I've heard since the Quakes began. Actually, the only good news.
I can't tell if that was like a musical note, a musical sting, or if that was just a part of the sound.
Take cover!
No, she's hearing it
You
too.
heard that, yes. The rhythm and the tremors?
Yeah.
It's clearer, stronger, more insistent.
I hear it. Doesn't prove a thing.
These quakes are not a natural disaster. They're deliberate. There's an intelligence behind them.
How could an earthquake be caused deliberately?
We get plenty of natural tremors down here. These are different. She thinks she knows why.
I found an ancient text during an expedition with Wren last year. At the time, it was just a curiosity. But now? The text describes giant creatures, called Titans, living deep underground. They sing in the stone, shaping it. When these quakes began, I believe we heard that rhythm. I believe a Titan is causing all this destruction.
I've never heard of Titans before. What else can you tell me about them?
The text I found predated the First Blight. Its pages had mostly rotted away. And there's no mention of the Titans in Orzamar's memories.
Which tells you something.
It is odd. If I'm not mistaken, Orzamar's memories go back farther than that. And they're recorded in stone. They're very difficult to lose.
You speak of the stone like it's more than walls.
The stone is eternal. She was here before us, and remains after we die.
But the stone isn't your god.
We don't worship her, but we do respect and honor her.
The stone makes us strong, and we return that strength to her when we die. It's difficult to express in words.
Mysterious songs often lure people to their deaths, or to an archdemon.
This rhythm isn't a song, exactly. It sounds like air flowing through lungs.
Air that can collapse a whole mine.
A mystery worth investigating.
It does sound like it could be an archdemon.
I'm here to stop earthquakes from destroying the mines. I don't care what's causing them.
A woman of action. Good. For all we know, that text you found was a bedtime story. We can't be sure until we find the source.
The rhythm I sense in the quakes is emanating from somewhere far below. The stone will lead us there.
And if it comes to a fight, that'll be our job. There's a lift at the side passage nearby. Ready when you are.
Deep Roads Expedition Table. So, we basically have another expedition table. So if you recall, so basically it's the, that's interesting. It's basically the same as the war table back at Skyhold, but for Deep Roadsy stuff. Oh, interesting. Power from
You can clean it,
little
right?
barrel. Oh, never mind. We got a bunch of dragon stuff. Okay. Dearest Aora, this will never reach you. None of my letters will, but writing helps me cope with having joined the Legion. For all the death I have already seen, there are wonders down here, and I wish you could see them. When it's quiet, there are still hints of what the Deep Roads used to be. Right now, I'm sitting under the crumbling statue of a paragon. I asked Ansa if she knew who it was, but the face is cracked. I like to think it's Endrin Stonehammer or Marok the Maul, though I know you favor Aseth the Grey. Back home, I never cared about our history. Remember old Ostic shouting about Orzamar's former glory, naming Tigers he'd never visited and people he'd only read about? I laughed at him, but being down here, seeing what we've lost, these are more than roads, Iora. They connected our empire. Let our culture flourish. The stone accepted us, and we lived and moved within her. Now we cling to her like someone drowning. Forgive me. My letters end the same. Legionnaire. I'm a sucker for the once great civilization trope, especially in relatively high fantasy. Even though I will say this is technically, I think this technically qualify more as dark fantasy than high fantasy, but still, whatever. Can't get down there yet. We don't even have a map of that. Our Deep Roads. Camp improvements. Inquisition can make improvements to the main Deep Roads camp. Yeah, let's do it. Built additional crafting tables and a quartermaster has been assigned. Awesome. That's it for now.
So it's true. The king involved a servicer.
He needs... already has healing lyrium potion. He has ice. Let's give him fire. Eric also has fire. Fusion grenades. Black wall. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, that'll do. I don't think I need much of this stuff, though. All right, that's that. I'm just gonna buy all of this, literally everything. I think I can afford it. Okay, fine. Okay. Anyway, So, I finally managed to watch What is a Woman the other day. It was spectacular. I absolutely love it. I very highly recommend it to anybody, no matter your thoughts on the issue. Oh. Let me just figure some of these out, I guess. Okay, that'll work, I guess, I suppose. Thing I just really need in particular. Dragonling scales. Okay. Okay, cool. Anyway, so...
Oh, you can clean it, right? Stay still.
As I was saying, I managed to watch What is a Woman? The new documentary from Matt Walsh, Daily Wire. It is, like I said, it is absolutely phenomenal. It is a fantastic analysis of what should be an incredibly simple topic, but turns out not to be. And why it turns out not to be is because he goes about interviewing people who are on, quite frankly, all sides of this issue. People who are sympathetic to his own view, which I share, and people who are solidly in the sort of gender ideology camp, and everywhere in between.
I hope we don't run into an emissary.
Oh. Now we definitely will.
Yeah, I had to say it.
I take it emissaries are bad.
Most Darkspawn are mindless killing machines, connected by the Blight. But emissaries are intelligent, and use magic.
Yeah, Magic Darkspawn, I remember those. They're a terrible pain. But yeah, we, it was like I said, it was very well done. There was a lot of, it was well put together as well, but what really struck me about it, and I'm not as surprised by this as some people have been, just because I am an academic and I work in academia, and I know my fellow academics and how they work and how they think.
It had to be shrieks.
I thought you'd be used to all kinds of darkspawn.
But I know, because I know academics, like I said, I'm not totally surprised by the fact that Matt Walsh, who was like a high school graduate, was so thoroughly able to completely stump PhD academics in their field of expertise. There we go. Basically, he was able to completely stump gender studies professors on simple questions, not even like not even the titular question of what is a woman, but it was able to completely stump them on very basic questions about their field, about sort of the nature of the field and things like that. The kind of thing that should be surprising, but again, I know how the social sciences work. And more directly, I know how the social sciences don't work. And the those fields that end in the words studies. Expedition to do that. We'll have to go back and do that. Ooh, mugs. Mugs jungle.
This belonged to an exiled dwarf. He was experimenting with raw lyrium.
That's always dangerous. All right. Before we go back there, let's not go back up. That seems like a lot of work. We'll go back up there for that expedition. Before that, though, like I said, it was really something to see the degree to which
This door. There's something strange about it.
well,
Looks like our construction, but
spinny.
It's missing gears.
we have to find them. It's our only way through.
Okay, got the gear. Right. Hey. I'd be the creator, etc. Okay. Wait, that was all of them? I thought we only found one. Yeah, well, let's keep looking nonetheless. Odd. Anyway, like I said, I was really impressed by Matt Walsh's ability to so thoroughly undermine the entire ideology of what's the opposite of it? Like all of them. Oh jeez. One of these puzzles. Oh, that'll do. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, it's not as much of it, like I said, it's not as much of a surprise for me as I know how academics work, how academics think, and even... Okay, so you can chalk it up to some degree to the difficulty of explaining complex things in simple terms. It's very difficult. I am more capable of doing so than a lot of fellow academics, but I'm far from perfect at it anyway. Just because it's a very difficult thing to do. Part of the reason that I'm relatively good at such things is because I have practice. I do this sort of thing. I talk to people who are not academics quite a lot about academic topics, and so I have practice in simplifying things, in saying technical and complex things without using an overly burdensome amount of technical language. I also tend to teach non-majors and lower-level undergraduates who aren't familiar with all of these, all of the crazy technical terms. Oh God, Builder's Tower, such an old game, not just for children. No, big cannot cover small. Yeah, it's Towers of Hanoi. It's Towers of Hanoi again. Jesus, man, you really gonna? Anyway, like I said, it's actually relatively difficult to explain complex things in a simple enough manner. However, it's far from impossible. It's far from impossible, especially if what you were trying to explain actually genuinely makes sense. Then it should be explainable in
behind such madness.
Not perfectly simple terms, but relatively simple terms. Now, relatively simple terms are not going to capture everything about what you're trying to say. That's the other obvious part, and that's where things get more complicated. However, have basically everything I need. Let me just... Cool. I can chase passives. So if what you're trying to say makes sense
Ren,
intrinsically.
I'm sorry about Bernat. You served with him a long time.
It was quick. And Bernat returned to the stone with honor. We should all be so lucky.
It's all right to be upset.
I'm too old to be upset.
Yeah, the fact that a lot of these academics were unable to even use technical jargon in a satisfactory way, in a non-self-contradictory way, is really
It's
telling.
open. Keep any gears we find. We may need more. And if we don't, I want to study them. Whatever they're made of wasn't mine down here.
Really? On a completely unrelated note, Ren reminds me of Farwell, Erica. Yeah, Erica, Ren reminds me a lot of Farwell, the very old dwarf who is just trying to find a good way to die. Man, those, Derek keeps getting caught in the middle of things, which is a huge problem for him, because he's, a little squishy. They really like Ren.
The rhythm of the tremors. It echoes through the stone. This way.
And he definitely reminds me of Erica's character, Farwell. Okay. There's another. I will say as well about What Is a Woman, though, back to what I was saying. One of the things that really
Another strange
surprised
door.
me.
Who put these here? And why?
I wasn't.
This one uses a different kind of gear from
I
the
wasn't
others.
exactly.
We don't have to open it. My stone sense leads the other way. Though I am curious to see the other side.
You always are.
Nice. I wasn't exactly surprised. I wasn't exactly surprised by academics not being able to answer simple questions.
That scar on your nose is new.
Because for one, that's a common enough thing.
Fell out of bed.
Like
You
I was
sleep
saying.
on the ground.
But also because the ideology
Surprised me too.
is intrinsically self-contradictory, and that was the whole point of the documentary, was to show how intrinsically or explicitly, contradictory, how explicitly contradictory the ideology is. And because that was the whole point, I wasn't terribly surprised that he succeeded. But what I was surprised by was the significant level of pathos in some of the interviews. Because he interviewed some people who are not, I wouldn't say detransitioners, that sort of thing. But there's one trans man who deeply regrets everything that he went through, especially medically, and was never warned of anything side effect-wise. Essentially, the entire story is absolutely tragic. Incredibly tragic. And it was really touching. far more so than I would have expected. Especially from, you know, somebody like Matt Walsh, he's not emotional kind of guy. He doesn't rely on emotional arguments for things, anything like that. So I'm quite frankly surprised to see just how emotionally impactful a lot of the documentaries managed. I don't understand exactly why undead tend to have velveteen. It's an odd thing. Okay. Gordon Ailson's diary. Erica says that both Arthur and Idris die. I'm gonna bring him in. Yeah, he's a good character. He really is. Both your version and the Dragon Age version. Distinct enough to be fair, but still. I like both of them. I like fellow. Warden Elsa's diary. I have never had a diary before. The warden's got me too busy, but no, I'm dying. And there's no one to talk to. I'm alone with the music in my head growing louder. I always wondered how wardens knew when they heard the calling. I asked Liam once after too many drinks. You'll know, he said. I did. First, it was just a whisper, a creak in the door hinge. I could put off oiling. Soon, all I could hear was the music. It was there when I swung my staff and wiped the sweat from my brow. It lingered in Liam's laughter and stalked my dreams. I can't explain the song, but I knew. It's a poison that grows in the mind, then consumes the body. I came here to die, in death sacrifice, but I won't go quietly. I cut through the Darkspawn horde, expecting to find only more of them the deeper I traveled, but nothing has matched my expectations. Deep roads brought to mind Darkspawn, dwarven ruins, caverns, and death. But there's an entire underground world here. Just today, I came across plants with lyrium-streaked veins. I took a bath in a lake that held crisp, fresh water and cautious animals, large and small, that I'd never seen before. I can't be the first warden to witness such wonders. I was distracted by the curiosities yesterday. Was it yesterday? I let my guard down, got comfortable. Easy to do when you know death is inevitable. But then I stumbled across something horrible. I smelled it before I saw it. Bodies. Murlocs, genlocks, creatures I didn't recognize, hundreds of them, mutilated, tortured, thrown into pits. I ran. Didn't see the hole. Didn't move my legs. They look like they should hurt, but I can't feel it. Music's too loud. The hunger is too strong. I can still crawl. I don't want to die like this. Oh, that is quite.
This Grey Warden had a map. Could be important.
It's quite the fall. Quite the fall. Okay. Onward. Back upward, I guess. For now. I would almost say, well, no, never mind. I was going to say, what about for the Star Wars game? But nah, Jack is the better option for that by far. I don't know if there is really somewhere that Farlell could fit in culturally in Star Wars context. He's a very sort of vaguely high fantasy, but also with an edge of darkness to it, kind of character. Oh hey, that guy's an ally now, for the moment. Oh, not for long.
Darkspawn like you've been doing it your whole life, Inquisitor.
He means that as a compliment.
You're famous. Even down here. Is it true you killed a dragon?
That particular story is false.
No. I've always wanted to see a dragon.
Oh! Oh no, I fell and died. Great. That was awful. Yeah, the whole you killed a dragon thing. I don't know if I've ever actually done this quest before killing a dragon. Interesting point. Thought of that. Usually the answer is something like yes. Ooh, how did I trigger that? How did I trigger a rupture? That's some kind of an item bonus that I forgot about. Might have been one of my masterwork item bonuses. Although I will also say, Erica, about bringing in Farlell. Yeah, cool idea, but also at the same time, you're saying bring in Farlell if one of your other characters dies. Farlell is really the character to die in the game. Uh-oh. Ogre's coming. Ah, really? Ah. Okay, I need to... What do I need to do? Is that everybody? Is that it? Come on, Varric. Get up. Ooh, I need more potions. A lot. More potions. Let's go Healing Mist, both of you guys. There. That helped. Oh my gosh. Okay. Erica said the funny part, he won't die and will get more and more frustrated. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. He is, honestly, you're right. I think I was wrong about that. I said previously that he is the perfect character, the perfect D&D character to play who is definitely going to die. But honestly, his arc is much funnier if he just doesn't die and keeps getting more frustrated about it. I dig that. I really think that's a great character bit.
Look at that, Ren. Could this be Hedron?
Darkspawn all over it.
The screen says so.
You can see their torches.
We're getting close to something.
Aye. The fight of our lives.
Hedron Tig. That is massive. Cavernous in just about every sense. What's going on here? Investigate the corpses. I am. Oh, corpses. Oh, corpses. I have to kill this last darkspawn over here, don't I? Whoever this is. Somebody else. Right here. Now I bet I can go investigate the corpses. Okay, yeah. That'll do, I assume. There we go. Now I can investigate the corpses. Nice. Can't tell. Are these dwarves? Yeah, they are. They're Legion of the Dead.
There's nothing left of them. Can't even tell who they were.
I'm sorry, Ren.
You join the Legion knowing you're already dead. You don't fear the killing blow. We rest in the stone and pass our strength back to her. That's our reward. But the Darkspawn defiled these soldiers. They can't return to the stone. They'd only weaken her.
There must be some way to lay them to rest with honor.
We can burn the remains.
Aye. That's all we can do.
The closest thing to honor we can get. Let's quick travel back and forth. Can I do that? Yeah, I can quick travel back and forth here, which is very, very necessary. I almost want to switch out Solus for somebody else. Just because Solus has ice magic and undead, not darkspawn, but undead are resistant to it, and he dies so fast. Might be better to have Vivienne. Yeah. Try bringing Vivienne. Let me go restock potions, I think. Let's give Vivienne already has a healing. She might need rock armor. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, now. Now we go. All right. I will say, though... Oh, hey, look, a supply cache. I will certainly say, I'm glad that this is working. My current setup. It's less than ideal. The main reason it being less than ideal is because I have a USB 3.0 to Ethernet adapter, and I'm using it plugged into one of my USB 2.0 ports, and it is causing a slowdown of my internet speeds by, 10 or so feet per second, or megabits per second.
Lovely creatures.
There was this Carter boy, Vaughn.
Yeah, who
joined the Legion around the same time I did.
It's okay.
Fast with daggers. Could poke 50 holes in a hurlock before the Blighter knew what happened. Daggers are messy. Vaughn swallowed some spatter. Took him 3 days to die.
We need to work on your stories, Grizzly.
Yeah, that's especially a warning, given that I dual-wield daggers really quickly, surrounded by
Lost a
Darkspawn.
good soldier in the roads once. She fell down a hole. Found her 3 days later.
He loves this story.
She spent a whole day telling us all the strange things she saw while lost. A golden longboat floating in the air. Packs of hairless children hunting nugs. A giant skeleton on a throne.
Was it true?
Never found out. She woke up the next day. Couldn't remember any of it.
Cool. First of all, I wonder if we are going to find any of those things. We probably are, if I recall. Some of it I'm pretty sure. Remember specifically. Yeah, I'm very, like I said, I'm very pleased that my current setup is working. Very also pleased by a new solid state drive. It's been helping this everything about streaming immensely. So that's good. That's good. I do now have a consistent internet connection as well, so that's good too. All right. Still have my full upload speed, so that's one potential problem that is not a problem. That's at least good.
This matches what's on the Grey Warden's map. Time to look around.
Okay, now how do I get over there? Do I have to go down? Oh, yeah, I do. Do a little bit of falling. Somehow, I will get back up. I trust. Here. Whoa, that was deep. Uh-oh. Some kind of baddies. Did everybody else get in a fight because I dropped down and they didn't? I feel betrayed. Oh god, they're gonna die. Yeah, wall of fire. Yeah, I'm glad we got fire magic. I missed fire magic. I love fire magic in this game. When I play a mage, I almost never use fire magic, at least not primarily. I usually focus frost. But I always, once I get to a high enough level, I usually wind up splitting my specialization just a little bit to use fire, because fire is just so fun. That's an awful, awful sound. I don't think I love that. Don't think I love that. Alright, so let's try both of these doors. I think I can get into both. I hope.
Have a look at this.
Alright. What's that? Can't loot it. But this one. Yeah, this one I can. Yeah. Thing I need so badly. Oh, there's a lot of bad guys back all the way through here.
Lost my leg to a hurlock a few years back. Left a nasty scar.
How'd you get away?
Kicked her with the other leg. Seriously, keep your guard up. They'll use your tongue as jewelry.
I'll remember that.
I love Red. He's fantastic. He is brutal. Okay, go.
Lost caravan. It may have been down here for centuries. I wonder if anything's left.
Take it. Oh my! Guard penetration, dwarven statuette. Okay, alright. And a wheel. Or a gear. How are there? I am unsettled by the fact that there are lit torches anywhere down here. That gives me a big ol' spook. Also, that's definitely 100% a Tevinter statue. I'm pretty certain that some of these statues are Tevinter, not Dwarven. Maybe some of them are Dwarven. Some of those very distinctively look ancient Tevinter, which is troubling, to say the least. Right. Let's actually check our map here. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Oh, this is where that cave lets out. I just skipped it. Now let's unskip it real quick. Probably stuff to find in here. Things to discover. Spiders to kill. Just making assumptions. No, they're not spiders. Deep spiders. Missed. Come on, Volta. Volta, like, draw a weapon. Alright. Yeah, you can tell we were obviously supposed to go the other way because they were spawning from behind us. That was very much a
I've heard encouraging things about your
gameplay
progress
thing.
topside. That you're bringing order to the chaos.
That's what they tell me.
We could use that down here.
I mean, there should be, if anything, kind of an excess of order down here in the Deep Roads after Balin, after we put Balin on the throne in Origins. If I recall, that was kind of the problem with Balin, was that he made things work. He reformed some things properly and made most people significantly better off, but also he was kind of a tyrant. A bit of a mostly benevolent, but still brutal dictator, which, you know, is a bit of a problem. But again, it's the kind of problem that is remedied by not an excess of order, but a reordering, or maybe even more so, the introduction of I wouldn't say chaos per se, but freedom, let's say. General disorderliness. I wouldn't think that that Orzammar under Balin would be in need of order so much. Again, the lit torches down here are unsettling.
I heard the hero Ferelden came down here during the Blight.
Cardall met the Warden, but I never had the pleasure.
Do you often see Grey Wardens?
From time to time. They're a good bunch. Tough in a fight. Fearless.
Any Warden would say the same about the Legion.
That's it. Got it? Quick and easy. Hawke's journal. Mother holds me when I sleep, warm, so warm. The rhythm flows through my throat, burning until the miners in their fat, cruel hands are a distant memory. Coal gives memory. I am the sun. Words come in waves. I will drown in them for her.
More on the lyrium experiments. Looks like his results were inconclusive.
That's what you took from that? Okay. Not what I took from that, but fine. This really is just a... Oh, it's not a sealed chamber. There's an opening up there. Interesting. Why didn't you drop down before? Likewise. I'm really surprised that these spiders didn't already drop down the last time we wandered through here, but whatever. And it's fine. Ooh. Oh, hey. Whoop! Hey! Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Okay. Well, that was awful. I do think, though, that right down there... Maybe... That might just be where that Grey Warden's cache is, or something. You know. Maybe I'm... mistaking that map, but... Gotta be way down there. a safer way down there than just dropping. There's gotta be, right? Bet it's through here. Yeah, it is. Look at that. No, it's not. Oh, but... No, I don't want to go this way. Not yet. This is labyrinthine. It's not often you get an environment that is both labyrinthine and so precarious. Like, usually, if you're doing like maze type navigation, it's relatively cramped and closed in. This is maze type navigation that is open air with massive, massive caverns and huge deadfalls on every side. Oh, very nice. Huh. A mug. Wait. Oh, I didn't want to drop down there. Oh, crap. Or maybe I did. Where the heck am I? Where? I need to go down there. But, like, where did I just... So confused. So very confused. Can I get through there? No. I go back up. No. Crap. Okay. Go down here. And, okay, we're back. We're back where we need to be. I can't open that door. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Weird. Very weird. There's a thing here. Bridge, central bridge operation. Okay, that means we're probably going to be rebuilding some of this that is collapsed. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. Yeah, there is a what's it called? One of those nasties. Emissary. That's. Yeah, emissaries are definitely the squishy mages. They're not that squishy because they do have barriers, but they're relatively squishy. They're a lot more squishy than like genlocks. The stocky little dwarf ones. Which, by the way, did I mention this? I probably did. I think I did mention this. I was about to say that I really like the redesign of genlocks between Origins and 2. So, like, the gorilla shape type thing. Because they used to be just short darkspawn. Literally it. Very boring design. They had the variants of darkspawn were short one, tall one, ogre, cat. Where shrieks basically just used to be cats.
Darkspawn are getting worse. Must be close to a nest.
That explains the stench.
Vivienne's giant lightsaber thing is awesome. Explosions. Alright. Let's hold on. Let's hold off on this. There's more to explore first. I know there is. There's a lot of these gears. I feel like there's got to be more... Oh, wait, no, this is right where we came from. Never mind. Never mind. There's another gear there, though. Can't get up there. Where'd that come from? Okay, no, that's it. That's it. All roads seem to lead to exactly where we need to get to. Conveniently. All right. Let's go. Oh, right. This whole everything is on fire area. With a bunch of teleports behind you, shrieks. I still cannot believe the massive damage output of a Dual Daggers Rogue. This is insane. Like, I've played a straight, basically what Vivienne is right now, which is probably the highest damage output mage. It's Arcane Warrior, Fire Magic, Fire Specialization. Massive damage output in the melee and everything, and it is nowhere close to Rogue. Like, Assassin, Dual Wield Rogue, damage output is unbelievable. Okay. Let's see what this is. Shall we? Before we go and fight those alphas. Oh, speaking of... Ow. Really? Okay. Why were they just, like, you know, standing here right behind these locked doors. That's really sketchy. Nothing I need. Guard belt, actually. It's not bad, but I already have guard. I have all the guard that I need, really. Okay. Now... Wait, what? Am I bypassing? Oh my god, no. Am I really just about to bypass everything? With a couple well-placed jumps. Holy crap, I really am. Oh, I missed the potion resupply. I don't really need it that bad, but it wouldn't have hurt. Before we do that, we actually do need to go kill these alphas, so... sneak in behind them. It's such a ridiculous way of doing this. I don't think I've ever accidentally done this before, or intentionally done this before. Did I hear an ogre? Really, I can't just... Can't tell him to attack them, can I? No, wait, no. How do I cancel? Okay. Any more? Yes, more. Ah. There's an alpha. Okay. Okay, that helps. And unlock an expedition, alright. Wait, I thought we got the alphas. I thought those were the 2 alphas. Music stopped. Are we done? Is that not it? Come on, y'all, what else we got? I also am going to hope as well that this entirely original to Dragon Age music doesn't trigger the YouTube algorithm. I discovered, I guess 2 weeks ago, my last Dragon Age stream. Or might have been the one previous to that. Recently-ish, I discovered that some random third-party company, had copyrighted some of the music from Dragon Age. Specifically, some of the like the epic conquest music from Inquisition. Like I think specifically it's the track that played when you establish a new like base, or like captured a fortress. That was it. Captured a fortress, and so somebody had copyrighted it. Somebody completely unrelated to the game or to EA or BioWare or anything like that. This was just. It wasn't even one of those like ad rev for a third party things. It was someone else entirely, like on behalf of somebody who was unrelated to the game. And I've found that in a little bit of research, this is actually a common thing. It's a common problem, at least with Dragon Age music, that various different people, either because they're either by YouTube's automated systems or for whatever other reason. A lot of Dragon Age's music is part of the Content ID system, not uploaded by BioWare or by the composer. It's just some random people who, I think, it's because they've uploaded versions of it, or in some cases, there are bands who've sampled it, that sort of thing. Where it basically just becomes YouTube thinks that it's copyrighted by somebody who obviously is not the originator of the music. So I don't know. This whole combat sequence might just get copyright flagged because YouTube is a-holes. No, but so is Facebook, by the way. I should note that my Facebook account, my personal Facebook account, got temporarily permanently suspended. By which I mean it got permanently suspended, but that got changed, fixed in relatively short order. All because am I being grappled? I am. Basically, it was because of a Kyle Rittenhouse meme, and Facebook, as you may know, considers Kyle Rittenhouse to be a dangerous individual, basically terrorist adjacent, or I think they technically consider him to be a mass murderer, which is, legally false. He was acquitted of all charges, if you recall. But anyway, that is also why I will add that, to my knowledge, he is currently in the process of assembling a lawsuit against Facebook for defamation, for considering him a mass murdering terrorist. Obviously falsely and knowingly falsely. You know what? Screw this. So anyway, that was a big problem, and as of right now, I think Facebook has formally apologized for every quote mistake that they made in terms of deleting my content and saving my account and such. Unless I'm terribly mistaken, though, I still don't think I can interact with groups for another day or two. Because even though all of the content was deemed to be in keeping with Facebook's community standards, they still didn't fix some of the restrictions on my account, because of course they didn't. God, he's got a lot of hit points in that barrier. This is insane. What I'm also going to do, I'm realizing that, let's do that, and maybe that. That might help with things. What's wrong? So many hit points on this thing. the only... No, this isn't the only one left. I feel like I'm wasting time. I should be taking out the other ones. Do I have to kill the waves before this guy will go down? Because that would actually make a lot of sense. And it would be very frustrating if that were the case, and I weren't expecting it. Ooh. Really buried. I'm going to assume we have to kill the waves first. It's the only assumption that makes sense. Now. No, wait, not now. Now. Now? There we go, okay. Okay, no music is creepy. It's not the intention. Combat without music in this game. It's weird. Hey. We did it. Built spirit resistance. Okay, it's on his song. Electricity damage. 10% chance to inflict chain lightning. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice. Maybe that'll be good for Dorian. Better than his big old red lyrium monstrosity. Needed that. Okay, now what? Down, down, down we go, I suppose. We might actually get through the first half of this. Actually, I think we already... Did we? No. Maybe. Okay, Varric. All the way. Done. Not all the way. Hate that one. That one's dumb. Critical hit chance up and higher dexterity. Not bad. Whenever you use every ounce of stamina you've got to litter the battlefield with traps. The more stamina you use, the more traps you throw. Okay. Throw only one elemental mine at a time, significantly greater effect. Each throw changes the element of the next mine. That's nice, but I think I'm going to go with take them down first. Blackwall. What's he got? He's got all of his abilities mapped. So at this point, it's just passives. Which, like, okay, Shield Bash I really like. More to an enemy's guard. No damage with the next attack. Now, let's lunge forward and hit the guard. That'll do. Okay. Alright. You're going to have to give me one moment. I'm going to step out for just a moment and use the restroom. I will be back in just very shortly. No bonking necessary. Oop. Wrong thing again. I'm back, and with gift of cat. I have Kitten. Angel has come with me. Not perfectly voluntarily, but, well, you know, good enough. I wonder if she's going to stay here. It seems unlikely to me, but we'll see. No, she doesn't want to. Here's her butt. That's okay. She can stay wherever and however she wants. I'd like for her to not stand directly in front of the screen, but if she really wants to, I guess I'll make do. Angel, just, like, lay down or something. That's laying down is good. She's directly in front of the screen, just to clarify. Just to clarify. All right, that'll work. Where are you going? You can't drink my wine, Angel. Erica, I think she might be thirsty. Never mind, there she goes. Wait for it. Wait for it. There she goes. Bye, Angel. Whew. Anyway, there goes the kitten. She got to show up for a moment. She might come back at some point. Turbo might even. Who knows? Set up camp. Why would we set up camp all the way down here? This seems absurd. I mean, I guess it's a checkpoint, but...
That's the last of those, Darkspawn. Legion's in your debt, Inquisitor.
Look at this, Ren. It's ancient. Maybe 1,000 years old.
Any idea who built it or why?
This Tig is on top of a lyrium mine. According to the memories, the mine was destroyed by some unexplained disaster. The miners must have used this lift to reach the lower levels.
Sounds familiar.
But we're not using it, right?
If there is a Titan causing earthquakes, it's down there.
I found this book with the emissary. The pages are mostly ruined, but a few are readable. See this line? I awoke to the singing stone. Our kingdom trembled at the Titan's hymn.
That reference to singing stone. I've been told that raw lyrium has a sound.
A hum. The mining cast follows it to find lyrium veins. They say it's the stone calling to them.
Perhaps it wasn't chance that the quakes destroyed lyrium mines. Is it possible the Darkspawn or their emissary could also hear the song?
The stone would never call to those vile things. But that doesn't mean they can't hear her.
Darkspawn live and die by the Blight. They don't care for much else.
I didn't realize you knew so much about Darkspawn motives.
Not everything's a mystery, Volta. Some things are exactly as they appear.
And some things are not.
If similar quakes happened then, the people who lived here may have found a way to stop them.
I see no solution in the text, but it's practically dust. We're lucky any words survived.
Half a poem. Just what we needed.
Perhaps this will change her mind. Look here. It's the royal seal of Orsec Garal.
King Orsec Garal? That book belonged to a paragon? Maybe you are onto something, Volta.
Of
was a
course you
quick
take
switch.
a dead man's word over mine. Always the traditionalist.
Hey, challenging tradition lost you a cushy position in Orzammar.
I mean, first of all, as an historian, and as a philosopher, and I suppose as a white man, I am inclined to trust the dead over the living. And as a Catholic, also, let's add that. Yeah, I'm definitely inclined to trust the dead over the living.
Does a king's book mean that much to you, Ren?
Paragons are the best of our people. They don't hand that title out to just anyone. Not even a king. Knowing it was Garal's book from the start would have saved us an argument.
As if you'd ever avoid an argument.
Volta's standing within the Shaper is her business, not mine or yours, Ren.
My apologies, Volta. I forgot my place.
As did I.
Nice.
You deserve an explanation, Inquisitor. When my superiors ordered me to remove an official record from the memories, I declined. We decided it would be best if I served the Shaperate here, finding history instead of recording it.
That record must have been important, to risk your position over it.
It was trivial, actually. A childhood friend of King Balin had ancestral ties to the Carta. But the truth is the truth, no matter how political it may be.
Nice. I admire that. I was absolutely right about it being the same voice actress, by the way. That's Ali Hillis. That's also the voice of Liara T'Soni from Mass Effect. You can hear it when she starts talking about archaeology.
The Shaperate can erase official records. Aren't the memories permanent?
Sometimes erasing records is standard procedure. If a dwarf becomes castless, they're struck from the memories. But I was asked to change a fact that someone important merely found inconvenient.
If the Shaperate is willing to erase memories, what would prevent them from covering up the existence of Titans?
Why would they do that?
Because someone in power demanded it.
That's a good point. Very good point. Again, we live in an age of the censorship of history. I've complained about this before on the stream as well. How a lot of historians, our time before, the late 20th, early 21st centuries, a lot of historians basically thought that we were reaching an end of historiography. That historiography, the study and recounting of history, would become irrelevant now that we had near-perfect record-keeping, at least in the developed world. But we were really, I think the historical discipline a lot of people in general, were really caught off guard by the massive wave of censorship and historical revision that has happened over the last decade or so. Most historians, as far as I know, most that I talk to, did not expect such a thing. We really expected that once the internet came up and there's near infinite storage capacity for information, for data, there were storage and records of things like news, even things like commentary, even things like individual people. Historians really thought that we wouldn't need historiography, the study of the written record, to fill in gaps anymore, because practically speaking, there were no gaps. Everyone knew everything about everything, or everyone had access to every bit of information about everything at any moment in a totalizing way, until information started to get purged and deleted at the whims of the powerful and at the whims of the well-connected. A lot of things from the recent past, especially even like things on the internet, just don't exist anymore, aren't accessible anymore. Thankfully, a lot of them are archived, and for now, the Internet Archive is a phenomenal resource, but a lot of things are not saved. A lot of things are gone. Whether that's historical records, whether that's news, whether that's perspectives, whether that's opinion writing, say, essays. A lot of it's gone. And we didn't expect that. Because we didn't expect it, most of us at least, there were a few paranoid people who saved us, really, with Internet Archive and similar things. Because we didn't expect this, we didn't expect our perfect records of everything just be arbitrarily deleted, scrubbed, removed. We were careless. We didn't think to write our own history. Like, when was the last time there was a significant biography published of a living or recently deceased figure? It's very rare, comparatively, because especially over the last 10, 15, maybe 20 years, historians have thought, well, we already have all of these records. They're compilable at a whim, at an easy search. We don't need to compile them into things like biographies. We don't need to compile them into things like annals, anything like this. And so we're stuck with gaps in our history based entirely caused by people creating those gaps. They're man-made gaps in our history, which is uncommon in history. The closest thing we find that I know of, in my period at least, in my period of study, which is sort of the ancient West, and then into the medieval West, but really the closest thing you would find is things like the ancient Roman damnatio memoriae, the damnation of memory, which is very similar to a dwarf becoming casteless. Records were struck, whatever. This was usually for powerful people in ancient Rome, whose memory was to be damned. Basically, all of their images were scratched out and removed. Their names were scratched out and removed. Thankfully, the process was incomplete. It was imperfect, and so we know who these records referred to, and so we can fill in those gaps. That's not necessarily the case now. Anyway, it's this kind of thing, the kind of thing that Volta is talking about, this kind of politically motivated censorship and politically motivated historical revision, is incredibly dangerous to our development as a people, because we learn from history. And if there are gaps in our knowledge of the past, that will significantly shape the way that we move into the future, probably in a negative manner.
It takes courage to challenge authority.
You're here.
I suppose you would know. Some believe the past is what we make it. But we gain nothing from ignoring mistakes.
I'm sorry I brought it up. The earthquakes are what matters. I don't know where this lift leads, but
That's a huge deal.
we're about to find out the hard way. Get ready.
I mean, it's political for the dwarves, really. It's a kind of insular issue. It's relatively minor in the big picture, but I think something even so small can have very far-reaching implications. And I mean, we see this, right? We see the political machinations of the dwarves being having huge impacts throughout Thedas. We see this with King Balin taking power, or being given power, really. We see this with the history of the golems. The history of the golems, whatever, golems, I guess. The history of the golems was again stricken from records, and that was only really uncovered, the secret of Heridan, that the golems were made from dwarves and basically enslaved. That was a well-guarded, well-kept secret until Dragon Age Origins, when the hero Ferelden basically uncovered that secret, found records of it all, shared those records as well, and had it recorded in the Shaper, at least until someone else decides that those records are too dangerous, politically inconvenient, or anything else, or fake news. To use the buzzword of the day, of our day, not their day. Meh. Let's see, what do we got? 5 blood-stained ancient gears. We do not have that, do we? Valuables? No. No. I don't know where those are stored. We need 3 more. I don't know where to find those 3 more. Unfortunate. Looks like I missed some. Oh yeah, we missed a lot of stuff in Hadron Tig.
I can feel it now. The blight. It's spreading.
Go back to our WarTable. Sorry, expedition table. Whatever. Recovering barreled treasure. The Inquisition has located several casks of dwarven ale in one of the upper rooms of the Darkspawn Warrens. Recovering them intact could be challenging, but success would mean a sizable boost to morale, with Legion troops stationed in the area. Inquisition troops will stand guard, while our engineers set up a pulley system to recover the casks. Indeed, 200 influence. The Inquisition has recovered several casks of dwarven ale from the Darkspawn Warrens. One has been installed in the camp, shared with the Inquisition, and the rest have been shipped to other Legion of the Dead outposts in the area. Nice. Upper Bridge. Identified a location near the entrance to Hadron Tig that is ripe for exploration and recovery efforts. A construction team could build a bridge that grants access to several dwarven ruins at the top of the Tig. Let's send soldiers to accompany. Completed the bridge near the entrance to Hadron Tig that would allow Inquisition forces to explore several dwarven ruins at the top of the Tig. We'll do that. Central Bridge. The Inquisition has discovered an interesting artifact halfway down the ruins of the Hadron Tig. The construction team could build a bridge that grants access to a large monument in the center of the cavern. Yes, absolutely. 1 letter to the University of Orlais. I can have scholars clamoring to help pay for the construction of a bridge to this monument. I love that. Speaking of academics doing academic things, I love that. The construction team has completed a bridge halfway down the ruins of Hadron Tig that will allow Inquisition forces to explore the large monument in the center of the cavern. The Inquisition has identified an ancient dwarven ruin near the Darkspawn Nest at the bottom of Hadron Tig. A bridge could be built to access this ruin. Agent knowledgeable about the deep roads can keep the construction team away from the... Our troops know how to handle Darkspawn. Sure, the construction team has the supplies they need. Yeah, let's just stay away from Darkspawn nests. That's safest. Got it. The construction team completed a bridge near the Darkspawn nest in the ruins of Hadron Tig that will allow Inquisition forces to explore the ancient dwarven ruin at the bottom of the cavern. Make sure to be well equipped for a fight. Oh goody. Another boss fight. Can I travel here? No, can't. Okay. No uncharted abyss as of yet. Not yet. I think that's the next area that we are to go to. Modification stuff. We can talk to Ren. We haven't actually had a conversation with him.
I've been meaning to ask, Inquisitor. Skyhold, how does it... well... hold in the sky?
The old fall into the sky routine.
How do you keep it from floating away?
It's built into a mountain.
Held by the stone, then.
You know you don't float up to the cavern ceilings, right? Oh boy.
Shaper Volta said you're a veteran of the Blight.
I was a wet-nosed recruit.
But you survived.
Swing your axe long enough, you're bound to hit something.
You must have racked up a few stories.
Maybe when this is all over, I'll have the time and ale to tell them.
Most of Ren's stories end with decapitation.
I'm an efficient guy.
A historian and a soldier. That's an unlikely friendship.
What makes you think
Is
we're
it?
friends?
The bickering.
I mean, Shepard and Liara.
Fair enough. Volta's got the stones of a silent sister. Doesn't mean I won't give her a hard time.
Somebody, Erica, you're here, right? Can you look up Ren's voice actor? Curious, because it's very familiar.
I'd like to know more about the Legion of the Dead.
The Legion's pretty straightforward. We keep the Darkspawn out of Orzammar, and we're sodding good at it. Becoming a Legionnaire is a lifelong oath, one that can't be broken. We celebrate our own funerals before coming to the deep roads. As far as our families in Orzammar are concerned, we're already dead. Hence the name.
That's quite the commitment.
It isn't a glamorous life. Every Legionnaire has their own reasons for joining. From the common criminal to the deep lord with illusions of grandeur. All are accepted.
What about you? Why did you join?
I had a responsibility.
Thanks for your time.
That was vague.
The Inquisition is on everyone's lips. Even the Assembly has taken an interest. I'm told King Balin wished to meet you personally, but the Deshos talked him down. The earthquakes present too great a risk. When the previous king died, Orzammar nearly fell apart.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is, yeah.
You seem quite excited by the idea that these titans may exist.
My connection to the stone allows
Ren,
me to hear
R-E-N-N.
it, but I can only listen. Titans can sing through the stone. It is extraordinary. We call ourselves children of the stone. What does that make the Titans?
I remember
Thanks
plenty
for
of
the
it
insight, Shaper.
My
It's
pleasure,
fine.
Inquisitor.
It's fine.
We'll speak another time.
Okay. Let's go to Hadron Tig. The top of Hadron Tig. Whoa. That is precarious. Oh my gosh. That is precarious. I don't love that. Really cool, but... Eesh. I'm not particularly afraid of heights, but man. That, will do ya. I really didn't need to do the assassin thing. The mark thing. Oh well. It's fine. What do we got here? Battle Mage Kodar. Ooh, the etched greatsword grip. Okay. This is very strange. A very fine, well-appointed, and made bed. With a bunch of cute little throw pillows. David Hayter. Sounds familiar. How many other things he's done? It's really, really familiar. Yeah, that's almost as many pillows as Erica needs. The Nug King. Oh, praise the Nug King. Sate his appetite with cheese. Older is better. The songs that only Nugs can hear by Paragon Ebrian. 584 Exalted. It's like 300 years ago.
Perhaps there's a use for it.
I hope so. I hope that we can go give an offering to the Nug King. An offering of cheese. I admire the absurdity. I really do. Anything over here? No. No, doesn't look like it. Alright, back we go. Oh, he voices the Jedi Knight male in SOTOR. Okay, yeah, that's probably why he's familiar. Yeah, no, I can definitely hear that, yeah. I can definitely hear that. Okay. Oh, Solid Snake. Oh, right. That's why I know the name. Erica, you gotta send this link to Eddie. He's gotta come listen to Snaki talk about dwarf stuff. I'm gonna listen back from the beginning because I know how he feels about Metal Gear Solid and Snake in particular. Oh, come on, really? There, jeez. Oh. Interesting. Okay, well, we don't have any more gears to open the 7th gate, but hopefully there's enough to find around. Actually, open that 7th gate. I want to open it. Oh, hello! What are you doing here? Are you just lurking? not another barrier. Come on, no! Oh, come on, really? So close, come on. Okay. Okay, that was a lot of damage. That took so much damage. Okay. Don't tell me you can do these stupid things. Okay, that was nightmarish. Took way too much. No. This is a dead end. Die! Alright. Let's go back. Then onward. Alright, I hope, we'll finish exploring this upper area tonight. We got 25 minutes. That should be enough to do all three of these. WizKid, where is Snake? Oh, he keeps falling off the cliff. It's this guy. It's this guy. This guy. He's cool. If you really want, I will go and have a conversation with him somewhere. In a safe area. I think I can do that. Yeah. Back here. Yeah. I mean, you can, of course, rewind a bit. Metal Gear Philosophy when? I have no idea. Also, welcome. Yes, that too. Howdy.
Best way to get out darkspawn stains? Vroog. It's a Legion secret.
Shaper Volta said you're a veteran of the Blight.
Story time.
I was a wet-nosed recruit.
But you survived.
Swing your axe long enough, you're bound to hit something.
You must have racked up a few stories.
Maybe when this is all over, I'll have the time and ale to tell them.
Most of Ren's stories end with decapitation.
I'm an efficient guy.
Yeah, I don't know how I didn't recognize the voice immediately. It was incredibly familiar, but
A historian and a soldier. That's an unlikely friendship.
What makes you think we're friends?
The bickering.
Fair enough. Volta's got the stones of a silent sister. Doesn't mean I won't give her a hard time.
he's not exactly Solid Snake. He's old. So he's maybe old Snake. From like 4 on ish. That kind of time period. He's also basically dead. He's part of the Legion of the Dead, meaning he has already accepted his own death and is down here to go fight Darkspawn and die. It would have been here sooner, but girl who's worth a damn need help proofreading. Oh, all right, acceptable. I getcha. What do you mean, no?
I'd like to know more about the Legion of the Dead.
The Legion's pretty straightforward. We keep the Darkspawn out of Orzammar, and we're sodding good at it. Becoming a Legionnaire is a lifelong oath, one that can't be broken. We celebrate our own funerals before coming to the Deep Roads. As far as our families in Orzammar are concerned, we're already dead. Hence the name.
So, yes, I know he's an adult, he's a grown-ass man, but like, this guy, Ren, the character here, he is old in the sense of he's basically just waiting to die. That's very different from Snake being a mature, a mature soldier with experiences weighing him down. That's very different. That's a different kind of agedness than Ren has at this point. I mean, yes, hardened warrior. Both are definitely hardened warriors, but Ren has a slightly different aspect to him of basically leaping towards his own death. Like, he knows, and he has embraced death and is walking towards it very, very deliberately.
That's quite the commitment.
It isn't a glamorous life. Every Legionnaire has their own reasons for joining. From the common criminal to the deep lord with illusions of grandeur. All are accepted.
What about you? Why did you join?
I had a responsibility.
Whatever that means.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah. He's literally going to die, and I would say even beyond that, as far as he's concerned, he's already dead. Right? Which is a really, really neat, a neat outlook. Let's save real quick here. Oh, I've reached the maximum number of saves. Interesting. I'm gonna have to start overwriting. Oh god. Or I can just go in to manually delete a bunch. I'll do that at some point. I go back up from here. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Go back up for the next two explorables. The explorables. All right, let's go. I will also say, I know how much you love the character, for a fairly different, but slightly similar, a much younger character that he plays, who still becomes a sort of hardened warrior. As Erica mentioned, the Jedi Knight from Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, is voiced by him too. And it's very good. I only have, I think, one Jedi Knight character. He doesn't fit that characterization too well, but decently. To the point where he's so very, very different from either Ren or Snake, but it still fits the voice job that he does. And he does a really good job portraying the noble Jedi Knight. So it's another set of really great voice work. Now I need to replay. Wait, what's TTYD? In Metal Gear. You've helped make the first 3 X-Men movies? What did he do? What was his role? I didn't actually know that. I don't think I knew that. Did I know that? Wait, what was that? What did that say? Elusive ice bow. Oh, that's cool. I'll take it. Not that I'm ever going to use it, but neat. Very neat. Nothing. Oh, that didn't... I meant to jump. No, stop. I think I have 0 gears right now, which is a problem, because there's what? No! I'm trying to jump! Okay. Oh, Paper Mario, 1000-Year Door. Okay, that's... What does that have to do with David Hayter? So he was a producer or something on the writing team? Pretty big break for him. I didn't know that. Oh my god. I need... What is that? 8 more gears from somewhere? I'm really hoping this isn't one of those things where you have to select which ones that you're going to open in advance, and I didn't, and I goofed it. It's a significant possibility that I goofed it. Heck. Yeah, it looks like I need 8 more gears between the 2 doors that I need to unlock. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Although I do, there might be more in the abyss, the further, the deeper parts of Deep Roads. Oh, maybe. Maybe I'll come back and do these. Yeah, so I need to get back to there somehow. There's nothing, but I've been watching a lot of modded gameplay for it, and I've been meaning to play it again. Anytime anyone talks about Metal Gear, I go on a binge. I mean, yeah, I can understand that. I have to say again, like, what? There's red dots, but there's no baddies. Whatever. Ignore them. Hopefully they'll go away. I think they're spooters. Hey, there we go. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going with this. Oh, what? Oh, no, wrong way. Definitely wrong way. Definitely wrong way. I need to go this way? What? Why am I drawing swords? Or daggers, whatever. Okay, somebody killed them for me. That's nice. Oh. It's the same with Resident Evil. Something about those games just really appealed to me. Also because both series are really well-renowned video games. Yeah, no, that's very true. They are, like, both are pretty quintessential video games. Like, as far as, like, famous video games and franchises go, it pretty much goes Mario, Halo, Resident Evil, a few others. Metal Gear is in the top 10, though. Legend of Zelda is somewhere in the top 10. Honestly, I do think, though, that Halo has dropped somewhat in popularity, or in recognition lately. Ever since, I mean, after 3, really. Oh, speaking of which, Erica, go check. Oh, hold on. Erica, go check, because I think I got a notification that the Master Chief Collection is on sale. Check on that. Curious as to how much and such. Didn't get to pay too much attention to it because it popped up right as I was almost starting. So, yeah. Anyway, onward we go. Pokemon, Zelda, Portal, Half-Life? Even that's getting a little more niche. Like, Pokemon is up there. Zelda's up there. Portal? Maybe. Maybe. Like, the memes and stuff from it are really well known. But the actual game is not as well known. Like, normies know the cake is a lie, but they have no idea where that's from. That sort of thing, you know? Yeah, I mean, double check it. I don't actually know if that's true. I thought I saw an email notification. That's all. Ooh, 60%. Might be worth doing. $15.99. That's pretty good. Okay, so that's wait, missed one or two or whatever. So, bad news is there are no more gears. anywhere. Apparently. Wait, what is that? Where am I looking? Oh ho ho ho. Oh ho 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 ho. Let's see if we can get to that. Because that might be the Nug King. Let's go check that out. That might be the Nug King before we wrap up. This kid says, but yeah, I think Metal Gear and Resident Evil both exemplify everything I love about gaming. Game design, aesthetics, storytelling potential, crazy but lovable characters, and an absurd sci-fi plot. Yeah. Yeah, that's a heck of a combination. I do have to say, though, I think that, for me, part of what makes gaming a unique art form, a unique medium, is I would say the interactivity. But I mean something very specifically by that. I don't mean the choice-based nature of games, because that's interesting. There's some real uniqueness to that. Both the choice-based nature of it, and then also things like the fact that you, the player, are involved in the story. You involve yourself in the story and can alter how it goes. That's an interesting aspect of gaming, but I think the more interesting aspect, at least more interesting to me, Mother's song leaks out of me. Liquid fire spills from my eyes, mouth, and ears. I give her everything and become a verse in her chorus. I am finally complete. It was never about the words, only the song.
So that's how the lyrium experiments ended.
Apparently. He's dead. But yeah, it's the uniqueness of the interactivity of gaming, I think, is really in the explorability. You can do so much more world building in a game, even a relatively shorter game, than in a movie, than in a series, than in a novel, than in almost any other medium. Partially because you can make so much of the world building content basically optional. It's just there in the world, you know? And it's sitting around. Like, look. If I go to... Where the heck is it? There. This. See this? See all this? See all this stuff? Look. All of these are categories. Each one has hundreds and hundreds of pages of lore that I've been picking up since the beginning of this game, and I could have been reading every bit of it. And that is absolutely impossible to do in almost any other medium. And what that means is that I can know anything that I want to know about this world if I, as the main protagonist, explore it. If I discover it. That's just so cool. It's incredible. It's
feel it now.
Weird too. It's
spreading.
It's the kind of world building that happens in the background that can go completely unnoticed, but it's there in a way that's, again, like I said, almost unique to any other medium. I think it's really fascinating. Really fascinating. It's a very unique aspect of gaming as a storytelling medium, especially as a world building medium. And this is why, honestly, I think that Mass Effect succeeds at being such a detailed sci-fi universe, with like 4 games. That's it. 4 entries in the series total. Even before Andromeda, just with 3 entries in the series, it was at least as an in-depth sci-fi universe as, I would say, probably as Star Trek, maybe even Star Wars. It's unbelievable what you can accomplish in a game. Yeah, WizKid says, absolutely being part of the world, your actions matter, are a quintessential part of the experience. All the late, great immersive sims nailed the philosophy to a T. That's true too, but like I said, I think that the world building element of it is the singular most unique aspect of gaming as an artistic medium. It's unbelievable. It's really, really cool what you can do in the world building of a game, especially just because there's so much that you can just explore and see or not. Oh gosh, who was it? I think it was The Closer Look. Maybe it was The Closer Look. It was a YouTuber who made a point like this, and the point was about Horizon Zero Dawn in particular, where you can just kind of explore the world and you can see aspects of it that are these like. Otherwise, you'd have no reason to sit around and watch like a full religious festival, but it's all there, and you can watch the whole thing, and you can see it as part of the world, and you can experience it being part of it in a way that there's no way you could do that in a book, because what are you going to do? Dedicate several pages to a religious festival that has no bearing on the plot? No, you're not. That's going to make the book bad, but you can do that with a game. Because the player can ignore it. It's amazing. I don't know if it's Closer Look. I'm going to look and find this. I'll put it in the gaming channel on Discord, as well as the description for the fact, which is probably right about now. I don't want to go onwards from here. This is basically the next major stage, so we're gonna finish this next week, I think. We did about half of it now, and we also had a bunch of intro time doing other things. So it looks like we're probably gonna finish the Descent next week. We're gonna go down, 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 even further into the deepest parts of the deep roads. I don't know. We'll probably finish. If not, then it'll carry over until the following week. One more. This is the shortest of the 3 DLCs by a fair amount, but it's very dungeon crawl. So this week, next week, that's what we're doing. Anyway, so that's all I've got for tonight. That's all I got time for tonight. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining Ren. I'm eating Solid Snake here, or whichever he is, or Erica's character. Oh God, what's his name? I'm getting tired. Orlel, that's it. Erica's dwarf character. This fits this personality very, very well. As I was saying earlier. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me. Had a good time. This was very fun. Whiskey says, I see what you mean. Optional content, devs being okay with optional content, one of the hallmarks of quality game design. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you should be able to... A game should still be good if you don't 100% it. Honestly, I will say, games like Dragon Age Inquisition are probably better if you don't 100% it. Hey, Yukio, welcome. Unfortunately, we were just wrapping up. But I do hope you join me again next week. We're going to be continuing from right here next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And we're also going to be continuing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully you'll join me again then. Unfortunately, like I said, you just jumped in right near the end of the stream. So hopefully I'll see you next time. And if you'd like, the playlist with all of these is in the description as well. So if you want to catch up to where we are, feel free. Anyway, that is all the time I've got for tonight. I'll keep going. It's nearly midnight here, so thank you one more time for joining me, and I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Night.